For us, we kind of felt like maybe 3 weeks ago at Carolina was how can we be on our fits to make sure in the run game we want to play like we're capable of playing. So this team, another challenge in terms of the speed that they can get on the perimeter with their backs. So that's one of the real challenges for us in this game.
How different is it without me?
Brandon, I thought he was really having one of his better years. I've had the privilege of coaching him, for 4 years of being around him, and I really thought in terms of being on his game. So luckily for us, we've got Kevin, who's ready to step into that role, and he'll play. He's been playing defensive tackle, so he'll slide in and play a bunch there along with Jordan.
Kevin, though, when he fills in, he's got a different leverage point than Brandon does. How does that look different with him and with Tony?
The one thing that we like still is big. Okay, so at nose tackle we like that, and that fits the criteria first. But Kevin's played so long, he knows how to play with leverage, even though he's a taller guy. Where Brandon was able to, get up underneath guys. So different in style, but both effective in the way that they play. But definitely different. Even when they stand next to each other, you can see the difference. But really fortunate that Kevin, chose to come here and be a part of this. And it's unfortunate for us to lose Brandon, but for us to have a player of Kevin's caliber who can play inside and has the experience to do it, we're fortunate in that way.
How many conversations have you had with Tim Roth, who I know has been his time on both sides?
Right. I was fortunate. I had a chance to coach Will during his first stint here for some time as a defensive lineman prior to him going to San Fran. So we had a little background in terms of the knowledge, but he's done a really good job. He's worked a lot of the time with Travis, just learning some of the defensive schemes. So it's kind of like for us, we know we love that versatility. So here's another guy in the bullpen ready and developing if need be. Right. I think that the big thing is for us, Jeremy's back and Maxie's back and Farrell's back. It's kind of nice even at practice to have guys to put in there and coach. So for us, that versatility allows these guys to go. Been pleased with the guys who worked so hard to come back with Max and Jeremy, back in the fold. But we're going to continue to play the other guys as well.
Jordan Hill's a little bit different body type than Kevin and Meebane is,
yes.
But how does he fit into that mix for you?
Really, we're trying to develop that role into our nickel package with Jordan. That's where, we feel like we can utilize his quickness the best. So for us, we see him more there into their 3 receiver sets. He'll play a little bit in base, but we want to try and feature him in the nickel package and kind of push him into that role if we can.
What do you know now about DeMarcus Dobbs that you didn't know a week ago?
I think the biggest thing is that, when you see another guy on tape, you say, okay, that guy looks, and how fast can he assimilate into our system? And so for him to spend that much time and work that hard to get the calls down, get the information, what a bright football player, and then also to have the ability to play that many plays on teams. So I think the first thing that comes across to me is just the football smarts of a guy in a short time. Not only can learn the defense and assignments, but special teams as well.
And he could move in and out.
Yeah, we're going to use them both at end and tackle, and that's been a role that he's played before, but really a good addition to our group, and the versatility again is something that we like. So he's providing that, and another guy who with toughness and can finish. So he's been a good addition.
How quickly has Alan Bradford assimilated back in? Would you be fine with him being your backup Mike if need be this week?
Yeah, if we need to. That's the reason we brought Alan here was knowing that if need be to called upon, he can do it, and we know he's got some value on the teams as well. So love his toughness, the effort, the mindset that AB brings. So we're glad he's back here in the fold, and so for the short time he's now back into the books, he's had a couple of playbooks through the last few months, I'm sure, but we'll make sure there's some calls that he feels comfortable with too. With Alpha's back, is there some moving parts there with the linebacking? A little bit, because now that we're adding Malk back into the mix, so we'll rotate him and KPL in there as well in our base and our nickel packages. So both those guys will be a factor. Is KJ end up playing in the middle quite a bit? Yeah, that's where we've used KJ more when we need to in our base packages inside. So I can't say enough about KJ and his versatility. Not only can he play Mike, but he can play Will. It's a rare guy who can have that kind of versatility, who can go not only week to week, but he can do it in game if need be. So a lot of respect and appreciation for what he brings to our defense.
What does that take? Why is he able to do that?
I think it starts with just a guy who's got really good football instincts. To say, I understand the concepts of how we play, whether it be 3 deep or man-to-man, and then the intricacies of each position, you have to learn and study at those hard, because you're seeing things at just a little bit of a different angle. So, yeah, a lot of respect for the way he's gone about it.
Yeah, from a distance, I mean, it looks like it's been kind of seamless. There haven't been any of these, oh my God, kind of plays, you know.
Well, that's a real tribute to him because of the way, he prepares and studies and goes after it. So, like I said, with KJ, you just, those people that you can always count on. And for me, he's one of those guys that we always know he's counted on. And I think that's a real sign of respect, not just from the coaching staff, but from your teammates, to be a guy who can be counted on. That's one of the things that he brings to our team. Just one of them.
Seems like Kevin Pierre-Louis has been good for you just about every week since he's had the play. Well, what have you kind of taken away from his performances the last few weeks?
I think with KPL, one of the speed is the thing that jumps out to me. I think you guys may have saw the one, there was a screen play where he's able to jump over the blocker to make a tackle. It's those plays that really highlight his athletic ability. So in the nickel package, that's where we get to see that more. There's more space, more time for him in the pass game. And for him, I've been really pleased. You see it's playing. The game is now playing faster and faster for him because of his comfort in the scheme. So he's able to go and go and go. And where maybe early on there was a hesitation, where now it's going and attacking. Is Tupuapu just sit in? Or? Right now he is, yeah, Bob. We're going to feature him in, and maybe later on we could, but yeah, we're starting just in our base package first.
See Richard next to me tested gross deep. What are some of the maybe subtle things?
Yeah, we call those the 50-50 balls, where some of the ones are thrown up. And so for him, I think it's really, one, he can track the ball so quickly when he can get his eyes on it. Where maybe some other people can't. And I think the last thing that you see with him is how long his arms are, where a guy's going up to grab, he has an extra length to go get it. So I think for those 50-50 balls, we call them, it's a combination of those two things. One, his ability to track it, and then two, his length now to go make a play on it.
Does he just pick it up quicker than other guys, or
it sure seems that way, that when it goes in the air, where he can turn and find it, where maybe somebody else is looking to track, and I don't know if that's his receiver background, but that's one of the many strengths he has, how fast he can track the ball.
Anything else? Thank you.
All right, see you guys.